All right, everyone, buckle up, because you're about to witness the saga of me trying to build something that looks like it crawled out of a sci-fi movie, a four-legged robot. Sounds cool, right? Well, wait until you see the mess I got into. Spoiler alert, there's a PCB involved that can push 5 volts at 56 amps. Yeah, basically enough to power a small village, or at least my hopes and dreams, before they start smoking. It all started like most projects do, with me staring into the void, sipping way too much coffee, and thinking, what if I build a robot with 4 legs? Because 2 legs? That's boring. Wheels? Nah. I wanted something that could stumble around my living room like a confused dog that just learned calculus. And so, the dream began. Now, I'm no stranger to bad ideas, but this one took the cake. First, I had to figure out how the legs would even move. Enter inverse kinematics. Which, by the way, sounds super fancy, but really it's just math that makes you cry at 2 a.m. Basically, it's like teaching the robot to do yoga poses, except it keeps falling over. Every single time. Maybe with goofy sound effects like squeaks or clown honks. Look at that. Graceful, majestic. No, wait. That's just gravity laughing at me. So, to actually make this thing walk without me attaching 100 power supplies, I needed a PCB. Stage 1 was, let's just say, experimental. It was like Frankenstein's monster, but with traces and copper pores. The idea was simple. Make something that wouldn't catch fire immediately. Spoiler, it didn't catch fire immediately. Progress. Stage 2 PCB was where I started feeling like a real engineer. I mean, I added more organization, better routing. But it still looked like someone sneezed spaghetti onto a circuit board. But hey, it powered up, and that's what counts. Sure, it made weird noises, but I consider that personality. By stage 3, I was in deep. I started actually planning things like a responsible adult. Components neatly placed, traces looking clean. I was starting to feel like a wizard of electrons. At this point, my friends asked me, why not just buy a board off the shelf? And to that I said, because suffering builds character. Finally, stage 4, the Holy Grail. This PCB was a beast. Not only could it deliver 5 volts at 56 amps, which, let me remind you, is basically like putting NOS in a go-kart, it actually worked. Stable, powerful, reliable. I almost cried tears of joy. And maybe also tears of fear because, let's be honest, holding 56 amps in your hand makes you rethink your life choices. And then, the legs started moving. Not gracefully, not elegantly, but moving. The robot took its first steps like a newborn giraffe on roller skates. Every wobble, every stumble, every almost face plant was a victory. And me? I was in the background cheering like a proud parent at a school play. That's my boy. So, what did I learn from this whole adventure? 1. Inverse kinematics is just math in disguise. 2. PCBs are basically puzzles that can electrocute you. And 3. Sometimes, the best part of building a robot isn't the end result. It's the journey of watching it go from questionable idea to slightly less questionable walking machine. Thanks for coming along for the ride. If you enjoyed watching me lose brain cells over this project, hit that like button, subscribe, and remember, if your robot starts chasing you, you might have done too good of a job.